Alright, this is the last descendant of our current event, and for some reason all the bonuses are down, which is a little strange. Anyway, I'm going to try this with Ceres, like I've been doing. Sadly, this dungeon does not allow duplicates, so I can't run with my swag Kushinada team, but we'll give it a shot, and that also means I can't run dual Ceres either. So just settle in with Parvati for no particular reason, just she has a 3 times wood multiplier, row boost, and she's available, so we'll give her a shot and see how we do. 50% reduction is still a lot, and her plus Kushinada will still let me deal with Raphael. So starting out, we have unicorns. They're similar to most first floor dungeons where they hit really hard. In this case, they only hit for about 8k each, but they do change a random orb into into light orbs. So they could get rid of your hearts, and it's best just to kill them quickly, or kill at least one of them if you're needing to charge at some point. In that instance, I screwed up a row somehow while I was talking, but you get the idea. So since I'm having their damage, I can take a little bit more. And I actually do have Parvati here if I need an emergency heal, so that's kind of nice. I don't in this case, but I used it anyway. Put it on cooldown. And that should take at least one of them out. It's a pretty good combo. Okay, so one of them's down, and he took out my recovery orbs again, funny enough. If I wanted to, I could charge here, which I guess I suppose I could. Might not be terribly necessary, but... Alright, and that killed him anyway. So next round is Angel. Preemptive jammer attack. She's fairly weak until you hit 75%. Well, she'll do an enrage, which really bumps up her damage. Doubles it, actually. So if you're going to charge on her, be careful of that. She doesn't have a whole lot of HP, which, you know, it's a good thing if you're just trying to take her out. It's a bad thing if you're trying to keep her health above 75%. So plan accordingly. Be careful if you are charging on her. And you do want to be prepared for the round after her, because it's a random selection between one of the 3 main attribute angels. So in this case we have Michael. It could also be Uriel and Gabriel. Uriel he'll randomly change a random orb into hearts and bind you. But once he hits 50%, then he'll start getting rid of your heart orbs by changing them to fire. So he's safe above his threshold, his 50% threshold. Below that you have to be careful. You could also get Gabriel, where he'll bind your leaders and just alternate with gravity attacks. He doesn't have a lot of HP, but if your leaders are bound, then you won't be doing a whole lot. Michael here, he has astronomical defense, but only 43 HP. So this is basically an effort in whittling him down. He has a similar mechanic to a lot of units nowadays, where he'll start out with the status shield, some random effect. In this case, he'll bind my leaders, and then he'll hit a progressively stronger attack. I don't want to have to use my shield here because I'd like it for the next round, but if it comes to that, I'll employ it if I need to. So all I really need to do to get maximum damage here is a light and green match, and it looks like I'm already out of green orbs, which that stinks. So Parvati is bound, Ceres is immune. I can get rid of 3 turns of that with Ceres. I'm debating whether to use my Michael. Yeah, I'll use him. I do need some green orbs. That did get rid of my light, which is a little strange. Well, it's not strange, but for an angel, I guess it would be. And we got sky drops on the light orb, so that actually worked out pretty well. Now, so one thing here is, now that he's in 50%, he changed to light attributes, so I'd be resisting some of his damage. I don't have enough to survive his final hit, but that'll weaken him a little bit. Because it takes 4 turns, and well, once he starts hitting, it takes 4 turns, and once he builds up to that last one, it's a 50k hit. Or probably closer to 52k. So I could actually eat one more of these and take about, 6k with the damage reduction, and then finish him off. So that'll give me another turn to charge Michael back up. I do kind of want him for the next round. So let's try that. Okay, there it is. Next one will hit for 52k or so, and I will not survive that unless I used Kuchinada, which I do want her handy. So let's finish him off and move on. So ideally you'd have someone like Ra along, or you could wait out that status shield and, take him out with a defense break at the last second. Alright, so here we are at Raphael. He has 2.5 million HP. On his turn, he'll do a massive amount of damage. It's about 134k. I would be able to survive it with Ceres' damage reduction as well as Kushinada's shield. So that's kind of why I brought her along. I have a couple turns left on Michael, so I'll hold out on using my skills. And hopefully get some decent damage in the meanwhile. Which, if I get lucky with these green orbs, then I get a few good rows in. That last combo wasn't too great. Looks like sky drops are eating up my green orbs. It's okay, I still have plenty of turns left. I'll just keep going. Most cases you'd want to bring along a delay, or just, use your enough spike moves to, take him out before his turn. Another option is waiting out that dark absorb for, like using either a delay or Thanatos to, be immune to his attack. So we have him about halfway with just manual combos. His turn's up, I'll use Kushinada, and that'll give me 5 more turns to take him out. So I can also use my ability here, so maybe Kushinada won't be necessary. Let's find out. So I can get additional combo like that, and set those up however. And that'll probably kill him, actually. Yeah, it was actually a lot rougher than I expected it to be. So Kushinada, not entirely necessary. Skill bind on the first turn. I didn't resist it. I don't have as much skill bind resist, but I do have some. And good thing here is he is light attribute first, so I'll be resisting his attacks, and that'll let me recharge all my skills. Guan Yu is probably the longest because we don't have his skill ups yet, so I'm gonna take my time here. He only has 4 million HP, so it's not a whole lot. And at 50%, he'll use a 10-turn Godbind. Well, I guess before I get to that, he'll just alternate between dark to light orb changes and, just a 13k attack. Well, he doesn't alternate, but he has a chance of using either one. At 50%, he will use a Godbind for 10 turns, which, ironically, Ceres pre-new Ultimate Evo would come in handy with her full bind removal skill. But in any case, I'd have to deal with a lot of heart rose to get rid of that, and you know, it's only 3 turns on her current active skill that she'll remove. So being in water attribute will make it easier on the spike to kill him, but we'll see. I might have enough firepower, you know, if I get him close to it, still in light attribute, and just finish him off there. But there is a danger in that, because once he hits 30%, he'll start using his finisher move. He'll just spam a 24k attack, and I don't have enough HP to survive that, and I won't be resisting anything because he'll be a water attribute. Yeah, that was a pretty heavy attack, so I have to be careful. Alright, Michael's back up. A few turns left on Guan Yu, 4. So let's get him as close as possible. And I'm being really bad with those wood orb stackers. Actually, since Michael turns white orbs into wood, this actually might be pretty good. So let's try to inch him closer without completely devastating him into 50%. Okay, Guan Yu's up. Let's give this a shot. So, use some orb changes. I'll keep those water orbs there. I could change them to heart with Parvati, but you know, that'll just give me like a full wood board, and I want to spread these out a bit. Guan Yu, Freya. So what I'm not sure about is if he hits 30% before 50, if he'll still use that Godbind and then his finishing move. So, if I wanted to be safe, I'd use Kushinada, but then, you know, there's also the chance to waste it. So let's be risky here and just go for it. Let's see if that finishes him off. Okay, yeah, that was plenty of damage. I probably could have just one-shot him from the offset. Okay, so that was pretty easy. Having that damage reduction is actually really nice. So if you're running like even Minerva or Awoken Neptune and just some shield, then you can take on Raphael without, you know, requiring a Thanatos or, you know, a really long cooldown delay. So if you need him for your healer team, you know, good luck. We have more options now. It's a little bit more manageable. So do your best, and I'll see you guys around.